because you're going to charge, a tax or whatever. So that makes it harder for all these imports to come into your country, but you're protecting the industries here. So that means people have to buy American tobacco. They got to buy American steel. But what is that going to do to the prices? It's going to go up. So you're going to have to pay more for your tobacco, more for your steel if you got tariffs. Protectionism, the nativism. Nativism is, okay, we just immigrated here last year, and I don't want them damn Germans coming into my country. You're Bavarian and Bohemian. You are a German. So nativism is basically, we're all immigrants, technically, somewhere down the line, right? White people and Caucasians have only been here for 500 years. So it's just interesting. Nativism is essentially, I was born here, this is my country, everybody stay out. So nativism, protectionism, this is like stuff that's associated with the 1920s. So those are isms. You just asked about isms. I wondered that one time too, because sometimes people want to sound smart, so they say isms, but I got definitions behind all my words. Liberalism is change, heart, community. And then conservatism is status quo, keep it all the same, think with your brain, and you're for the individual.
Well, on Get Out, they seem to definitely had good careers because they had nice things, a nice point. The father was, what was he? He was a brain, she was a psychologist, or just a hypnotist.
I mean, at first he said he was some sort of doctor or some sort of surgeon or whatever, but when you watch it again, it's all, just experimentation of man. But hypnotism, people can be hypnotized. I've seen it. I don't know if I've ever been hypnotized. Sometimes hypnotism, if you're driving on the interstate, it's just so redundant and it keeps going the same and same. You actually hypnotize yourself because it's just all the same. Sometimes when you get in a car, you're driving, you're not just getting to the place, but you're actually driving. You're enjoying the drive, you're enjoying the lefts and the rights and the scenery, and you enjoy the breeze. But if you've been driving for an hour and you're just trying to get to the place, then you eventually get hypnotized because, there's another 55 mile per hour sign. Oh, there's another car that just passed me. Oh, there's another car I just passed. And that could either make you fall asleep or just kind of put you in a very comatose sort of perspective. So I think hypnotism is real. I think that you could probably brainwash people, especially people that have weak wills, weak minds. I think you could brainwash people. And so how did she brainwash? So with Get Out, I feel like there's several things. You can't trust any of the whites, even the liberals, because he said he was going to vote for Obama for a third term. So even the whites that are being nice, you can't trust them. Even the whites that think black people are people and maybe their genetics might be, better. I do think we're mutated albinos. So they're original man. But what's the difference between brown eyes and blue eyes? Blue eyes is recessive. Brown eyes are dominant. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Blue's it's a little bit prettier, but brown, brown's pretty too. But ultimately, what's the eyeball for? To see. So it doesn't even matter what it looks like. But I wonder if, maybe blue eyes has a step above because it's prettier or some shit, but ultimately it's to see. And so I think white people could hold their own. I'm not a self-hating Caucasian. I don't really like the term white. I think of, literally, I wish we could have like 8 colors. I wish we could have like peach, and there's no black or white people. Like there's none. Black people are brown, and white people are peach, off-white, pink, red, orange. Not white, like white. Like definitely, if you put your hand up against this white wall, your hand is a different color than that wall.
So think about Get Out, taking a brain, somebody else's brain, and exchanging it into your body. How that would be so awkward and weird.
Well, yeah, definitely. I like it because there's a plausibility to it. It's not just all, they enter a magic situation and get out because of magic, like Harry Potter, Star Wars or even Fate Zero. I really like Fate Zero. But that actually goes to the two scenes because it's plausible. You can also see it as a metaphor in some respects too. Urkel, he had said that as he played Urkel, Jaleel White, the black actor, he said that he was taking the typical white nerd and putting some black energy into him. He was putting black spirit into the typical white nerd. And I, like as Screech is a nerd that I kind of look down on. I don't like his character, but Urkel's cool. Like Urkel was actually like, he was cool. He would come in, you got any cheese? And so he kind of made being a nerd being cool. So just the concept of having the spirit of, whatever. That's how he looked at it. So I think the two scenes that I think about is like, it bugs me because when you're watching it, you're like, well, that was creepy, and you didn't understand exactly what had happened. They talked to the groundskeeper. The one scene where he's just like, he's running like this. Well, he's definitely charging at him, right? But he's running like stiff arm, like a lame white person with the like that, instead of doing it cool and doing it better and more rhythmic or something. But well, I think they was trying to spook him. They were trying to scare him because ultimately they're trying to get him on the operating table. So it felt like if you could charge at him and then that scared him and he started running away, well then now you got him, right? Because you had scared him, but he didn't get scared. He just kind of, ooh. And then he ran off to the side and he was like, oh, okay. That's a little weird, instead of, what the hell? I just came out here for a breath of fresh air. Why is he outside? Why is he out in the woods? Why is he charging at me? Where's he going? But the two best scenes, because at first you don't understand the reveal that they exchange brains until the end. So he's just going to meet his parents, right? He's just going to meet this white woman's parents, and they're just going to have a get-together. And oh, by the way, the whole family's coming up. And then it's just one big auction. But the two scenes is where he talks to the groundskeeper and he's chopping wood. And the scene is like, oh, you really like her, huh? She's pretty, huh? She's one of a kind, top of the line, a real doggone keeper. And then, okay, so that's creepy and weird. And then eventually he's like, now I'm going to go back over here and mind my own business. I can see Jordan Peele talking to a white person that's like, trying to be nice but rude, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to go mind my own business because that's what you should have been doing, and you shouldn't have been talking to me because I was minding my own business the whole damn time. It's like, okay, chill out, man. But it turned out that it wasn't a black man, so he wasn't seeing a comrade. It was the grandpa. It was the old white grandpa.
And then somewhere in the scenes they said something about the grandparents used to live there too. Is that how they put that?
Yeah, no, the whole thing was the granddad is the one that come up with all the stuff. They specialized it, the son did. But the granddad's old, and he's got this old feeble body, and he didn't want to die, so they took his brain, they put it into a younger body. Also, he was a runner. He ran in the 1939 Olympics, so that means he'd been right at 90 years of age. So in a way, it's immortality, because what happens when that older, when that black body eventually gets old and dies, then I guess you could keep on just removing brains and stay alive forever in some respects. But because he lost to the black man when he was a runner, he wanted the body of the black man. At the very end, it was the blind guy that wanted the black body because he wanted his eyes. But he said there's a whole bunch of reasons why somebody would want a black, body. To be cooler, for looks. The mother she wanted looks. I think she liked the way a black woman looks. So that's why she would keep on looking at herself in the mirror. She was like sitting there parting her hair, and she just would just like really just be into herself. And then she had that powerful scene too. So it's both creepy at the time, and he probably should have get out 20 times before the end.
Definitely.
But those were the biggest ones when the phone was disconnected, and it was disconnected twice, and then eventually she came in and apologized, and she kept taking one step towards him and then another step, and then she was just smiling this fake smile while lying right through her damn teeth. And then when he said, well, sometimes